Young ones, would you like the best life ever on this side of Armageddon? Would you like exciting assignments? Would you like to wake up in the morning and jump out of bed and run to your assignment because you know you're touching the lives of others and you are working with the best people on earth? If so, do not look for a career in this world. The work environment today is toxic. Most are just bidding their time to retire and get away from secular work. But now, on the other hand, you can be like Paul. And lastly, on this point, do not get distracted with higher education. The training that we get in Jehovah's organization makes our young ones well equipped. They've learned how to express themselves with poise. They can have a meaningful conversation with a human being rather than just a cell phone. So, of course, the universities want our children. Of course, school counselors are going to push you to go to college. You're desirable to them because of your training by Jehovah's organization, but do not let them trick you into thinking that higher education is going to make you happy.
I wanted to be able to devote everything I had to Jehovah's service. But there were times when I wanted to go to university and see how far I could go in this world. Instead of letting my feelings dictate what I should do, I decided to think things through. I thought of Paul's example. He had received education and he had riches, fame, and position. However, he said they were rubbish to him. If that was the case, I thought whatever I would be gaining would be even more worthless. I chose to work part-time as a water meter reader. I had dedicated myself to Jehovah, so I wanted to give him back my all. I was able to spend more time in Jehovah's service.
Lovely, isn't it? So, we've just been watching some clips from the final talk of the Saturday of the 2024 Declare the Good News Convention. The theme, What Will You Do for the Sake of the Good News? This is a talk that is, as you can see, directed at young ones, at young Jehovah's Witnesses. So much to say about this. First of all, I just want to comment on the speaker. His name is Stephen Bell, and he's actually on the United States Branch Committee based at Walk Hill, New York. Almost as soon as I heard the name, I thought, there's a name that's familiar. And then when he started speaking with his distinctive high-pitched voice, I thought, yes, I know where I've heard his voice before. I actually featured Stephen Bell on one of the very earliest videos on this channel. Here is a clip from a video that I released over 10 years ago.
And this may be something that divides a family like nothing else. It may be one of our greatest tests of our loyalty. The pain could be so great, we can say, Jehovah, what do you want from me? This is a member of my family that I love. What does Jehovah want from us when our family member is disfellowshipped? Go back to Matthew 10, and we're going to reread verse 34 and 35. He says, Do not think I came to put peace upon the earth. I came to put not peace, but a sword. For I came to cause division with a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a young wife against her mother-in-law. What does Jehovah expect out of us? Even if the situation is so painful that we have a family member who is disfellowshipped, what does he want? Loyalty. That's what Jehovah wants. Jehovah knows that this is a difficult time in our life, but he wants loyalty. We have to put him before a father, a mother, and even our children if they're disfellowshipped.
So I'm showing this clip just to make the point that Stephen Bell, United States Branch Committee member, has form. for spewing controlling, manipulative cult nonsense. He's done it before on the subject of disfellowshipping, or as we're now supposed to call it, removing from the congregation. That talk obviously from 2013. And now he's doing it all over again. He is kind of Watchtower's pit bull for barking out the more obnoxious, the more damaging policies that Jehovah's Witnesses have. In this case, he is dissuading an entire generation of young Jehovah's Witnesses from higher education. He instead wants young Jehovah's Witnesses to focus on a career with the best people on earth, Jehovah's Witnesses. I think he's talking specifically about serving at Bethel, in which case my question would be, wasn't Tony Morris once among the best people on earth? Manifestly, you can't call Jehovah's Witnesses that. You're always going to have good and bad Jehovah's Witnesses. Just because they're in a religion, just because they're trying to follow what a religion directs, doesn't make them good people. So Stephen Bell's talk is verbal flatulence right from the get-go, right out of the gate. But how outrageous, how atrocious, how appalling that he should play an active role in trying to derail the futures of young people, in suggesting to them that there is no good to be found in any kind of secular career, no good to be found in bettering themselves through college and university. I find it interesting as well how he talks about our young ones or our children as though they're his, or as though they're children of the organization. No, that they don't belong to you, Stephen Bell, and they don't belong to the organization. It could be argued they don't even belong to the parents. The parents are custodians, but they are their own people, and they should be allowed to make their own decisions on their futures without having to put up with this sort of manipulative claptrap that is, quite frankly, fear-mongering, is suggesting that anything outside of the organization is rubbish. It's not worth the time of day. Why would you want to be wasting your time attaining financial stability and career development when you could be a drone for Jehovah's Witnesses? That's the message that Stephen Bell is so proudly proclaiming.